Hey YouTube, it's ItsMeMonchhichi, and I wanted to do this video as a book review, and the book is called Black is Beautiful. Oh, this is probably backwards for you guys. It's backwards for you guys? Oh no. Black is Beautiful, A Guide to Loving Your God-Given Hair. And this is by Stacy Gilbert, who on YouTube is LuBellaCoils. She actually sent me this book because I had won a contest that she had hosted on her channel, and I just wanted to do a review on it. First of all, it's a very good book. You almost felt like we were just sitting down having a conversation, and I could kind of hear her voice because I watch her channel. So as I'm reading, it's like I'm almost hearing her speak through the words. So it's really good, and it's not long. I think it's like 41 pages altogether, not including like the summary and stuff. And I love the cover. This is her, and the roses go around to the front, and I thought that was really nice. And I also like the back because at the end of the book, because there's an index. So like if there's any particular topic that you just kind of want to skip to, but the book is really short. It's a easy read. So I'm gonna put the information in the description box on how to get a copy of the book. I encourage you to get it, especially if you are not natural but you're interested in going natural or getting locks, because the book is more so driven towards somebody who is considering it. Also, it would be good for somebody if you are natural but you're still struggling with feeling like your hair is beautiful, or if you don't have a particular curl pattern or anything like that, because that's pretty much what the book is encouraging people to do, is to really find that the way that your hair grows out of your scalp, it's not a mistake. That's how God wanted it to be, and it's beautiful. No matter how that is that it grows out, whether it's straight, curly, kinky, whatever, it's beautiful and you should appreciate it. So what I did was, as I was reading through it, I just kind of flagged a couple of things that I wanted to share from the book, and hopefully encourage some other people to check it out. One really cool thing about it is that she writes poetry, and some of her poems are included in the book. So I thought that was really cool. So that was the first thing I will share. There's a poem in the book, and it's called "Who Are You?" And it goes, "Who are you? Are you who you say you are? Or are you who they say you are? By the way, who are they? They are them who try to tell you how to act and what to say. It's up to you to act and say what you choose. If you succumb to them, it's your soul you lose. Who am I? I am not you, and you are not me. I am who I am, so just you be you and I'll be me." So I thought that was a really good poem. I really liked it. Okay. Now here's one thing that that she mentions in the book, and it's about the media and how she made the statement that the media doesn't really show beautiful black women with African inspired hairstyles, and so a lot of times it's hard for us as black women to find that those things are beautiful, because that's not what we're shown as being beautiful. So what I wanted to say about that was that I'm seeing some change in that, and that if you pay attention to your commercials where there's an African American woman featured in the commercial, a lot of times now the woman has natural hair, meaning it's in this coily, kinky, curly state. And even when there used to be a black woman with, you know, natural hair, it was more so a looser curl. And even now you still start to see more women with just kinky, coily hair in majority of their commercials. And this is another point that I found interesting in the book. People feel like you know, they can't get a job, or they'll be turned down for a job because of their natural hair. And I remember back in the day, you know, people would say if you had locks or whatever, you know, you need to cut your locks off or whatever in order to get a job. And I thought this was interesting that she said, you know, a lot of times she gets compliments from Caucasian people more so than African Americans. And I found that to be the case also when I went natural. But the thing that really stood out to me is that she said, I decided that I don't want to work for any company that has a problem with me wearing my hair natural. When you go on an interview, you should be trying to decide if this is a healthy environment for you to work in. If one employer shuts the door in your face because of the way God himself created you, then God will open a bigger environment. This, because we're talking about taking baby steps when it's when you want to go natural, taking baby steps. And one of the suggestions that she gave for taking baby steps is to try a hair texturizer. It makes your hair, you know, can make your hair easier to style and to care for. And of course, it's not the same as perming your hair, relaxing your hair to be able to wear it bone straight. And I agree with that. But at the same time, I want to add to that, because what I find within the natural hair community, people that are already deciding they're not necessarily concerned about wearing their hair straight, and I think that this is what she was more so directing this statement to, is somebody who is thinking that they have to have their hair straight as opposed to wearing it in this curly state. And what I want to add to that is that a lot of times within the natural hair community, it's not an issue of being having your hair straight or not. The issue is having a certain curl pattern or not. So if that's the issue, then you might I encourage people to just look at that a little deeper, because some people may have a problem with their kinky hair and not feel like because it is so kinky or afro textured that they'll get a texturizer because they're trying to have a looser curl pattern, because they don't think their own hair is beautiful. And so that is my only precaution, is that again, like she says, you have to look at the underlying reason as to why you straighten your hair. And if you were trying to go natural, you have to look at what is the reason why you are getting a hair texturizer. Is it because you feel like your hair is too kinky or nappy to wear it natural? If that's the case, you're defeating the whole purpose of what she's trying to promote, which is that African American hair, regardless of the texture, is beautiful and you should embrace it. This is what I like. This, she's talking about dealing with other people who may have some negative to say about your hair. And she says, since I know I'm beautiful, I don't have to waste any energy trying to defend or prove my beauty. However, some people need to be checked. On rare occasions, someone will be blatantly rude and comment negatively about my hair. My response is, so you're perfect? I usually ask this question with a heightened sense of alertness. I'm not sure what kind of expression I have on my face at the time. Whatever the expression is, they know or suddenly realize that I'm about to tell them that their 1980s hairdo got played a long time ago, so the conversation usually ends. And I just thought that was funny, because a lot of times, and then later on in the book, she makes the point that, you know, sometimes we get so wrapped up in what somebody's saying about our hair that we don't even think about who is the person that's saying something. You know, if the person is saying something about your hair, and their hair looks a hot mess, or they're stuck in the 80s with their style, why are you even concerned about that person's opinion about your hair? You don't even value their you don't even look to them as, you know, somebody that's stylish or whatever. But when they say something bad about your hair, you know, you take it to heart. Why do you even take it to heart? And then I like this that she also says, she will just say to the person, well, I'm happy with my hair. Are you happy with your hair? And the person will usually reply with the yes, and then she would say, well, then we're both happy, and then she'll just walk away or end the conversation. So I like that response, you know, because the bottom line is, if they're happy with their hair and you're happy with your hair, that's really all they need to be worried about. They don't need to be happy with your hair. Only you need to be happy with your hair, just like you don't need to be happy with their hair, whatever. And then at the end, she's talking about just receiving so many compliments on her hair, and the point is that, you know, after, you have to not listen to the negative, because 9 times out of 10 the positive compliments that you receive about your hair are going to so much outweigh the negative that you almost can kind of just flush the negative ones out, because there's so many positive. But a lot of times we tend to focus on that somebody said something negative about our hair, instead of saying, well, you know, one person said something negative but 9 people said something positive. So I just thought that was good. Oh, and this was really funny. This is really funny. She said that one of the co-workers who actually was giving her the silent treatment when she went natural, I think she was starting to lock her hair at the time, this person had a jerry curl. And she's like, I know she better not say anything to me about my hair, because her hair is a hot mess, basically. So and another thing about this that I didn't know about LuBellaCoils is that she's a licensed cosmetologist. So that was interesting to know. And her point was here at the end of the book was that you just have to discover that you are truly beautiful with your natural hair. You know, that's the first thing. Once you get that in your mind, the rest of it is pretty easy. So overall, this was a really good book. It was really encouraging, especially for someone who is kind of on that fence and not really sure about going natural, or they're newly natural and they're still trying to find that confidence. This is a perfect book for you. So I just want to do that quick review, and I hope you guys check her book out.